at all. Not really focusing there. Really should focus actually on just taking a base down. Really, just take a base. He's already damaged Calm quite a bit at the upper right-hand position by denying that natural expansion there, doing good damage. But all in all, he needs to take one more base, get a third gas out there, then he can afford some tanks alongside. Gonna go for another drop. There's a Nidus Canal there, has to be careful. There's 3 dropships worth of payloads. We're gonna see whether there's enough. A lot of Marines, no medics to support this time. Oh, Nidus Canal pops. And look at all those Zergers coming out. There was also a Defier, so we're going to see some Dark Swarm alongside those Lurkers. No Science to support against those Lurkers, so, and a lot of Sunken Colonies as well. So those Marines not going to manage too much Plague going off on those. They are pretty well upgraded. 2-2, 3-3 should be coming along soon enough as well. 5 Science just running around the ground. Light focusing very heavily on nothing. Going to be able to drop 2 Marines and a medic before that dropship gets taken out. Meanwhile, also pushing at the natural expansion in that position with a lot of medic Marines. Should be able to clear it up yet again. Calm just not really doing that. Calm playing very defensively. I'm very surprised. Okay, he's preventing bases. That is good. He's also actually catching a lot of SCVs that were being funneled towards a new position. But he's playing very defensively, being forced to play very defensively. Going to lose that base yet again. And really needs to think about possibly getting a hidden base in some hidden position. He does have a lot of Zergs on the ground. He's not really sure whether he's been collecting enough cash to go for Ultras yet or not. But he doesn't really have that many forces. He's been spending on some Lurkers here and there, some Zerglings. Okay, plenty of Zerglings. And some Defilers. And also keeping a sizable count of Scourge and Mutas, but not too huge. But he's not really being able to do too much aside from defend. It is going to clear up that number. Did lose that base, though. So constantly losing mining for his 4th gas. Can't be good. Another drop going to come in the Light. So I got to give Light at least that. He's being very persistent with just keeping Calm on his toes. Start off with a fire bat, and all his Marines, everything gets dropped. They're just going to get killed instantly. So at the very least, Light's being annoying if nothing else. Calm finally going for some aggressive action, getting a defense matrix, and that completely stops this entire attack. I was going for the mineral only. And inside 11 o'clock, mineral only, that completely stopped by any crackling. He's just single crackling, he's not really enough. Light finally a decent defensive positions for his 9 o'clock base. Does have a barracks there to help him support. Ultra's Cavern is out, so we're probably going to see some Ultras. As long as Calm can keep his 3rd gas. Man, he needs to keep that 3rd gas, 3rd gas, 3rd gas. Light has been allowed to build up for far too long. And because he's focused all of his gas on nothing but Science Vessels, just been producing Medic Marines alongside, he's been able to stay alive on those 2 gas bases and that 1 mineral only for a very long time. I think he's also taken a 12 o'clock base. I'm not quite sure about that yet. Oh, Defilers, nice. Dark Swarm and a beautiful Plague. Not catching that many of the Sciences, but catching all those ground forces. Okay, 12 o'clock base has been taken with no SCVs mining at the position yet, but Light also now mining at the 9 o'clock, fully mining. Also believe fully mining at the 8 o'clock position. Actually, I'm not quite sure with the 9 o'clock position. I think actually some forces of Calms there. I think it's actually the 8 o'clock position that Light has. Yet again dropping Medic Marines. There is a Nidus Canal there and a Defiler. The Extractor is going to go down, so still gas being prevented. The Defiler is going to, at the very least, get a Dark Swarm up here before he gets irradiated and shot by shells to death. More Zerglings just running around randomly getting killed by Medic Marines. And honestly, Calm being forced to play so defensively. He's okay. Actually, I gotta say, he's still looking, well, calm, because that's pretty much what he always looks like. But I'm not seeing any Ultras from him. He's finally putting down creep colonies at the natural expansion. Should have had those up ages ago. Maybe he wouldn't have lost all his forces 2 times. Weapons 3 and armor 2 at this point for Light, while Calm has Carapace 3 and attack 2. Some more Zerglings. Defiler coming in way too late to support. Where were you? Defiler, where were you when they needed you? There you go, Dark Swarm coming up. And meanwhile, Light can yet again take this upper right-hand position. He's gotten so many bases up at this point that Calm just not been allowed to expand. Trying to expand to 3 o'clock, but that's get instantly dropped upon. Not going to happen. Calm is at least trying to do some attacking. Going on. Some Ultras in play finally, but not really seeing a large number. Also getting his main dropped, and drones everywhere dying. Medic Marines just in a huge funnel alongside. Science was just running towards that main and natural at this point of Calms. Calms at least trying to go for the 8 o'clock position with those Zergings, forcing a float, killing some SCVs, trying to defend. Is going to manage to defend his main with some cracklings and an Ultra. See that once a good crackling. No! Medic, Hero Medic comes in and defends. while Marines try to penetrate the natural expansion taking up the upper right-hand position. Natural expansion yet again prevent the 3 o'clock from coming down. The upper right-hand main is going to be now in danger, and meanwhile just the light playing all over the place. Actually has some vultures with mines in play at this point, and he is dominating this game, really. I honestly felt his early harass didn't start off too well. I felt his wraiths weren't as effective as he wanted them to be, and some drops that really weren't used too well. But in the end, he's somehow gotten himself really back in this game. He's playing a great game of StarCraft. His 8 o'clock position is being threatened. There were some Zerglings that are going to force a float, and some SCVs not mining there at all. But he's taken down. Okay, he's taken out the upper right-hand position 3, maybe 4 times. The number splits. I think it might have been definitely 3 times, 4 maybe. Some ultras on the field, but I'm not seeing any cracklings. They're heavily damaged. I'm not seeing any cracklings around to help support. I'm not seeing a lot of defilers. Or going to run around thinking of, hey, I'm going to take the 3 o'clock base that's being defended by crapload of Marines and Firebats. Hey. Science vessels in such a large number, they are going to irradiate every single Ultralisks on the field. Ultralisks are going to kill those Zerglings that are surrounded, all going to melt. Even if they manage to run in and kill some Marines that they're attacking, it's just not going to be a GG is going to be imminent any second. All forces of comms are going to take it out. And history repeats itself, man, apparently. I mean, I'm a history major, and that's the first thing that we learn in history, that history doesn't actually, theoretically, it actually doesn't repeat itself. But Calm, the defending champion, despite heavy predictions to the contrary, is going to get knocked off in the very first round of the round 32. That his natural expansion now is going to get completely killed. His main's going to die quickly. Well, it's going to follow very quickly afterwards. Just far too many forces on the ground for light, far too many bases. Even if you lost the 8 o'clock base, not really mining much there, but that doesn't matter. He's had enough. His natural and main are dead, but he has enough. He has science vessels in such a large number that even if ultras, as you saw earlier, there were 5 or 6 ultras on the ground, all got irradiated, all killed. They killed their entire support crew and everything around him. Light has now taken the 12 o'clock base, should be retaking his 8 o'clock, which should be actually to continue mining there. Medic Marines and science vessels are penetrating the main, and Calm at this point is just being stubborn, irradiating the ultras. One single ultra Crackling's going to run in for one single last hurrah to at least try to kill these Medic Marines off. Not even going to happen. Medic Marines are going to run in and completely massacre this entire position. And GG coming in from Calm. And this is not the first time I have seen the defending champion being knocked out in the first round. Wow. Oh, round of 32. Wow. Wow. Calm, despite being calm, not quite pulling out what he needs to actually win in Light. Well, he gets a rematch against 4GG to attempt to get himself into the round 16. And I am not even going to be, hide my bias. I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of Light, but I am a fan. I really like his style of play. His SK turn is actually a lot of fun to watch. As you saw there earlier, I mean, I thought he was a disadvantage. Then turns out he wasn't disadvantaged. Then turns out he has an advantage. Then turns out he's crushing Calm in the face with a brick tied to his foot. Remember that one? So this is turning out to be a very interesting MSL. An MSL of upsets. Very nice, very nice. So moving on to the final match, guys. Ranching out. GG. Hope you enjoyed.